Introduction to Highlander, the animated series. Highlander, the animated series premiered in 1994 as a loose sequel and spin-off to the 1986 film Highlander. Unlike the original film's medieval and modern-day settings, this series unfolds in a post-apocalyptic Earth of the 27th century. Following a catastrophic meteor strike that caused nuclear devastation and societal collapse, humanity struggles to rebuild its civilization. The Immortals from the earlier Highlander lore, those who do not age and cannot die unless beheaded, take on a new role. After centuries of fighting in the game, a battle to be the last surviving immortal and win the prize, many immortals renounce this endless cycle of violence. They form a group known as the Jettators to preserve human knowledge and rebuild the world. The story follows Quentin MacLeod, the last descendant of the original Highlander Kortan MacLeod, as he faces Kortan, a power-hungry dictator and the only immortal who refuses to renounce the game. Quentin must gather wisdom and power from the Jettators to defeat Kortan and restore hope to humanity. Incomplete series and fan reactions. Highlander, the animated series, was planned as a 40-episode series, but only 26 episodes were produced due to financial and creative constraints. Fans have long lamented the lack of a proper conclusion, as Quentin's final battle with Kortan remains unresolved. The incomplete nature of the series left viewers with lingering questions about the fate of the Jettators, Kortan's ultimate downfall, and Quentin's journey to fulfill his destiny. The series has since gained a cult following, with fans campaigning for a revival or continuation. Cultural context. Despite its medieval aesthetic, Highlander, the animated series, is set in the 27th century. Its post-apocalyptic setting reflects the anxieties of the 1990s, including fears of nuclear war and environmental collapse. By blending futuristic themes with Highlander's fantasy lore, the series offered a unique take on the franchise. The decision to focus on themes of knowledge preservation and moral responsibility distinguished the series from other action-oriented cartoons of its time. However, its departure from the violent tone of the original films combined with the incomplete story contributed to its mixed reception. Quentin MacLeod. Quentin MacLeod is the heart of Highlander, the animated series. He's the last descendant of the MacLeod clan, chosen to take up the mantle of fighting for humanity's freedom. Quentin starts as a young, inexperienced boy who is thrust into a world of chaos when Kortan destroys his village and takes away his family. That moment changes his life forever, setting him on the path to becoming an immortal. As the story unfolds, Quentin struggles to balance the enormous responsibility of his destiny with his personal grief. Despite his youth, he shows an unwavering determination to stand against Kortan's tyranny, even when the odds are stacked against him. With the guidance of Ramirez and the other Jettators, Quentin embarks on a journey across the wastelands of Earth to gather wisdom and learn the ways of the Immortals. Each episode brings him closer to understanding not only the world but also himself. Juan Sanchez Villalobos Ramirez. Ramirez is a figure steeped in wisdom and history. As Quentin's mentor, he plays a dual role, teacher and protector. Ramirez has lived for centuries, carrying the weight of both his victories and his failures. His deep connection to the MacLeod bloodline, having once been Kortan MacLeod's mentor, gives him a personal stake in Quentin's journey. Ramirez is not just a warrior but a philosopher, offering insight into what it means to be an immortal. He often challenges Quentin's youthful impulsiveness, trying to teach him the patience and discipline needed to wield power responsibly. Yet, Ramirez is no distant, detached guide. He genuinely cares for Quentin, treating him almost like a son. Their bond is central to the series, and through Ramirez, Quentin learns not only how to fight but also how to live with purpose. Kortan. Kortan is the embodiment of power corrupted. As the series' main villain, he rules over the devastated world with an iron fist, using fear and force to maintain his dominance. Once a fellow immortal who swore to uphold the Jettators' pledge, Kortan betrayed them, choosing to cling to the old ways of the game. His defiance sets him apart as the last immortal still playing by the brutal rules of their ancient contest. Kortan is a character who thrives on control. He demands absolute loyalty from his followers and destroys anyone who opposes him. His immense skill as a warrior and centuries of experience make him a seemingly invincible foe. Yet, Beneath his exterior lies a complex character, someone who has seen the world fall apart and chosen to exploit its weakness for his gain. Eric. Eric serves as Kortan's muscle, a terrifying presence who carries out his master's orders without hesitation. He's a warrior of few words but immense physical strength, making him a constant threat to Quentin. While not as cunning or ambitious as Kortan, Eric's unwavering loyalty makes him a dangerous adversary. Wherever Kortan needs brute force, Eric is there, often leading Kortan's armies into battle. His confrontations with Quentin showcase the stark contrast between brute power and youthful determination. Asclepios. Asclepios is a brilliant but morally questionable scientist who serves Kortan. He represents a different kind of threat to Quentin, not one of physical force, but intellectual cunning. Tasked with using his knowledge to create weapons and strategies for Kortan, Asclepios plays a key role in maintaining Kortan's grip on power. He's not driven by loyalty but rather by self-preservation, aligning himself with Kortan to stay on the winning side. His experiments and inventions often push the boundaries of ethics, reflecting the darker side of human ingenuity. Quentin MacLeod. Though Quentin MacLeod, the original Highlander, doesn't appear as a central character in the series, his legacy looms large. His story is part of the series' foundation, and he serves as an inspiration for Quentin's journey. Connor's decision to renounce the game and join the Jettors is a pivotal moment in the franchise's lore, setting the stage for the events of the animated series. His legendary status as a warrior and protector echoes through Ramirez and Quentin's quest to uphold the values he stood for. The Jettators. The Jettators are an eclectic group of immortals who chose to abandon the game and dedicate their lives to preserving human knowledge. Each Jettator has a unique perspective shaped by their individual experiences, and they play a critical role in Quentin's journey. They are more than just teachers, they are guardians of humanity's past and its potential future. Each Jettator Quentin meets brings him closer to understanding the true purpose of his quest, and the sacrifices needed to achieve it. Some are reluctant to get involved, weary of the centuries of strife they've endured, while others embrace Quentin as the beacon of hope they've been waiting for. Each of these characters contributes to the rich tapestry of Highlander, the animated series, offering distinct personalities and motivations that drive the story forward. Whether friend or foe, they shape Quentin's journey and define the stakes of his fight against Kortan. Vertigo. Role: a female scientist and Asclepios' implied love interest. Vertigo is a brilliant and ambitious scientist who occasionally collaborates with Asclepios in service of Kortan. While she shares Asclepios' fascination with experimentation and technology, Vertigo is more emotionally driven, often challenging Asclepios' colder approach. There are hints of a romantic relationship between the two, though it is not explored deeply in the series. Vertigo's role is often tied to Kortan's most dangerous plans, particularly those involving advanced weaponry. His relationship with Vertigo adds another layer to his character, showing that even someone as cold and calculating as Asclepios has personal vulnerabilities. Manipulation of the environment. While she shares some of Asclepios' moral ambiguity, Vertigo occasionally shows moments of doubt about her work, suggesting that her loyalty to Kortan may not be as steadfast as it seems. Malone. Kortan's second-in-command and military tactician. Malone is one of Kortan's most trusted subordinates, serving as the brain behind many of the villain's military campaigns. A cold and calculating soldier, Malone is fiercely loyal to Kortan but also harbors ambitions of his own. While he lacks immortal powers, his sharp mind and strategic thinking make him a dangerous adversary for Quentin and his allies. Malone is the one who organizes many of Kortan's raids and schemes, often pitting Quentin against seemingly insurmountable odds. He believes in the survival of the fittest and views humanity as a tool for Kortan's empire. Malone's role grows as the series progresses, making him one of the most prominent human antagonists in Quentin's journey. Together, these characters Malone, Eric, Asclepios, and Vertigo form the backbone of Kortan's empire. They bring depth to the series' depiction of tyranny, showing how a dictator relies not only on brute force but also on strategy, science, or each of them plays a vital role in the challenges Quentin must overcome.